Good afternoon, dear students. Up till now, in the topic of Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee, we have covered the introductory part of the committee, why it is necessary to be uh, present or framed in any hospital, that as there is a number of patients coming with a number of diseases, the complexity of the medicines used in their treatment is more, and probably there are chances of existing adverse effect, and to monitor such problems it is important to have the pharmacy and therapeutic committee in the hospital. Okay, the definition we have discussed. In further, we also covered the objectives of pharmacy and therapeutic committee: advisory objective, educational objective, and also in the drug safety and adverse drug monitoring objectives. Then also we have completed about the composition of pharmacy therapeutic committee. Yeah, at least three physicians, one pharmacist, one nursing staff, and administrator should be there, who is ex officio member. Then we have also covered the committee organizational chart, that is compositions, the main committee and the subcommittees which are there. And in last lecture we have covered the operation of pharmacy and therapeutic committee, the agenda, how it should be prepared, which are the things necessary to be mentioned in the agenda, the program, the minutes, the information regarding the new drugs, their inclusion, about the deletion or revision in the hospital formulary, drug safety aspect, then maintaining the reports in the pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So these all things we have discussed up till now. Let us learn next point, that is the role of pharmacy and therapeutic committee in particularly drug safety. When we say drug safety, it is a moral, legal, as well as professional obligation of the pharmacist, importantly in the western countries. Actually in India also it should be there, but we are not actually following all these things. When we say drug safety, it includes the responsibility of dispensing of drugs to the step up till which is called as drug administration. So there are number of things involved in between these, starting or that is dispensing to actual administration of the drugs. So each and everything when in regard of the drug safety are under this pharmacy and therapeutic committee, and along with to observe the whatever possible side effects, the adverse effects during the administration or even after the administration of the medicines. In our country, unfortunately, uh, dispensing of drug exactly as prescribed by the doctor is the done, which is actually said to be the job of the pharmacist. Okay, what he is doing, the pharmacist is giving the medicine, is dispensing the medicine only which are written in the prescription, and rest all the responsibility are bestowed upon the doctors. Means the doctor is actually doing a major role over here. Okay, a pharmacist is only doing to fill the prescriptions. Hence pharmacy and therapeutic committee can play a major role in ensuring the drug safety in India. Also, okay, there is a specific guidelines which are given, which may serve this pharmacy and therapeutic committee in confirmation about the adequate safety factors to the hospital pharmacy. These all guidelines are very important, and if they are properly followed, the safety of the drug which are administered to the patient will be assured. Okay, first point in that, the hospital must employ a qualified pharmacist, and it should be at least one, okay, who is called as registered pharmacist, and who should hold again at least B pharmacy degree. That is, graduation should be there, not diploma. Okay, because when we say drug safety, there are a number of things which are in detail should be known to the pharmacist. And in B pharmacy, that is degree courses, the knowledge is uh, learnt in depth about the medicine, and it is mentioned in the pharmacy and therapeutic committee that where is the chosen over here as a registered pharmacist in this case is should have the B pharmacy degree, who is assigned or designated as a chief pharmacist, and rest are maybe at least diploma holders. Okay, the other who are there, because one minimum one person should be having B Pharm degree, and other pharmacist can be the diploma holders. And this the number may extend vary from hospital to hospital depending upon their uh, number of beds or bed size, bed capacity is there. Then second point, the hospital should not permit non-pharmacist persons to dispense the drugs as well as the other similar materials. Okay, drug and what are drug material which are called as allied materials. The hospital should only allow the pharmacist, not the non-pharmacist persons to do the dispensing role. Thirdly, the hospital must employ sufficient numbers of qualified personnel. Now, qualified personnel, how they have to be made available or employed by the hospital by considering the workload of a pharmacist. Workload, because there are chances what the different things have to be performed by the pharmacist, okay? And to give sufficient assistance to the main pharmacist, there should be other pharmacy or the other qualification personnel can be employed, and it will allow for adequate coverage to work the pharmacy for what it is called as 7 days a week. Okay, if you want to give the service full time 24 by 7, so hospital must employ sufficient number of qualified personnel to give the 100% service to the patients. Next guideline, the hospital must provide adequate safe workspace. Adequate means there should be the area should be sufficient to do all the activities in the hospital pharmacy department. Okay, and definitely should be safe, and should have the sufficient storage facility for all the medicines to be kept in that department. Further, next guidelines, the pharmacy department should have all the equipments necessary to safely and adequately carry out all the modern pharmacy practice, Now, when we say equipments, there there is always the addition in the existing equipment, addition in the form, the development are there, the modernization takes place, okay, day by day in the equipments which are available for testing, okay, my or for whatever work which is necessary to be done in the pharmacy practice, okay, which is called as modern pharmacy practice. They should be available in adequate quantity, okay. Then sixth guidelines, the hospital must have an automatic stop order, which is actually a regulation, okay. Regulation is a rule, we can say, for the drug category which is generally called as dangerous drugs, includes all the narcotics, hypnotics, the non anticoagulants which are there. All these drugs are called as dangerous drugs, okay. The reason, if their administration should be done in a specific dose, if it is existing, sorry, it is in excess amount, there are chances of many adverse effect. And here, as this pharmacy and therapeutic committee is concerned with the adverse effect, okay, it is very much stress should be given on such dangerous drugs. And generally there is a pattern which is called as this rule or regulations to stop the administration of such drugs, which is called as automatic stop, okay, and automatic stop order. Next, seventh guideline is the hospital should have the firm policy regarding the use of all the research drugs in the hospital, and all the clinics which are concerned with the research activities done in the hospital, yeah, because the policies regarding such category of drug called as research drug should be very strict. Now we know about the corona, the patients, the medicines which are to be discovered in, or which are under discovery, okay. Definitely they are in the clinical trials, they are observing the problems or the effectiveness, okay, called as safety aspect of the medicines. And if you are not having firm policies for their proper observations, okay, there will be chances for the problems in the medicines. Hence, in the the drug which are called as research category should have these firm policies. Definitely for others also it is there. Next, eighth guideline, the hospital should have a adequate uh, supply, adequate, or means you should have a drug formulary with you, which should be easily available or accessible to all the medical staff whenever they need. And that hospital formulary should be again revised periodically. Revised means addition, deletion, or it should be kept up to date, so that the newly discovered drug will be added, or the other drugs which are observing more adverse effects should be deleted. So periodical revision and its update should be done for those drug formulary which is available in the hospital itself. Next, ninth guideline, what it says, the hospital should not permit any person other than a registered pharmacist into the pharmacy department, who is called as outside its working hour. Okay, what it is there outside its working hour, the person who is not registered pharmacist, they should not give the permission to enter in the pharmacy department, because when the working hours which are there, okay, the work which is going on in the hospital pharmacy, only the registered pharmacist should be allowed to enter or to work in that specific time. Okay, outside the working hour, there are possibly they can be allowed, but it should not be done. Then there should be a sufficient proper separation of that is in 10th guideline, separation of poisonous material and non poisonous material. Okay, you should, means in the when you are keeping the medicines in the pharmacy department, you should separate accordingly, depending upon the poisonous nature or toxicity what they are having in this their uses. Okay, next, further, next guideline what it is suggested for the drug safety aspect, you should be again separating the medicines which are for external use, okay, which are called as external use preparations, from the internal use medications or drugs which are kept in the pharmacy or in the wards or wherever they were kept. Okay, this separation should again be properly done. External use and internal use medicaments depending upon the category or dosage forms we were having. Then this 12th guideline which is there, as per it, the pharmacy manufactured products, means whatever medicines which are uh, manufactured or prepared in the pharmacy department, okay, that is compounding which has been done for the patient use only. If this practice is there in the pharmacy, they must be undergone a quality control processes. Okay, that is adequate quality control measures should be followed, and again, whatever uh, good practices which are called as good manufacturing practices necessary to be conducted during the processing or preparation, which is called as in process GMP, as well as final products GMP, all those should be conducted only if your medicine pharmacy department is engaged in compounding, that is preparation or manufacturing of medicines, then only you can have this QC department or QC processes, standardization processes which are to be done. Okay, as along with that GMP, good manufacturing processes, you can conduct on the medicines compounded in the hospital pharmacy department. Then as per this 13th guideline, the hospital should provide uh, to the chief pharmacist sufficient help for what, to permit him to make himself engaged in these teaching programs. There are many possible teaching programs which can be organized by the pharmacist, okay, or he can involved in these different teaching programs for what, to familiarize the other medical staff like nursing and other residential staffs to the medicines, the new medicines which are there, who, that is, the chief pharmacist can do this teaching program, okay, just to aware what are the things, the information regarding the new medicines, as well as He can also teach the students of nursing, okay, that is nurses, about the basic uh, information which is required for the manufacturing. We know is called as pharmaceutical statistics, okay, or pharmaceutical mathematics, as well as the pharmacological aspects, okay, of the medicaments or the medicines which are newly discovered or included in the hospital pharmacy. So these many things can be uh, taught in this teaching program. The 14th guideline, we can say, all the nursing drug statistics which are there, they should be periodically inspected. Means whatever what it is called as information which is available or possessed by the pharmacist, sorry, by the nursing, which is up to date or not, whether they are actually following all the guidelines regarding the administration as per the dosing which are mentioned in the prescription, okay, they should be periodically inspected. Then again you can say this, it can be included for the drugs which are getting expired, which are present in the ward, okay, because about the medicines which are available in the pharmacy, they definitely were inspected by the pharmacist. But when we say the wards, okay, where the medicines are supplied, it is the now the duty of nurses that they have to remove the deteriorated or expired or outdated drugs. Further, they should also continuously verify the labels, whether they are legible or not, whether they are readable or not. So which is called as periodical inspection, should be done by the nursing member of this pharmacy and therapeutic committee. Then sorry, 15th uh, guideline, which is the pharmacy should have an adequate reference library. Now we know what is the importance of library, which contains a number of books, okay, generally should be of the subject of pharmacology, then toxicology, even posology. These all are very related subjects, and all the books of this subject should be available in the pharmacy department. Yes, and we should also have some journals which is containing sufficient or adequate information about the newly developed drugs of all the pharmaceutical world which is there. All these things can be learned, okay, or the knowledge can be updated by referring or going to the library, having the availability of books or the all uh, journals with you. Next point, role of pharmacy and therapeutic committee in adverse drug monitoring, yeah, or adverse drug monitoring program. We know what is adverse drug reaction, okay, and because we should understand the definition first. What is this ADR? Okay, in short, what is called consequences of recent advancement, whatever research which is going on in the drug therapy, uh, there is similar or which is called as proportionate increase in the drug reaction, okay, reaction are also increasing. Their reaction, particularly the adverse drug reaction here. Okay, because when the advancement is taking, addition of new categories of the drugs is day by day or year by year they are increasing, and definitely they are having the similar proportionality in the increment of the drug reaction. And in order to uh, gain sufficient information or understanding about all the problems, eh, and to have the information about how they can be prevented or they can be treated, the role of pharmacy and therapeutic committee is coming over here. Okay, and definitely uh, they will the responsibility of this committee increases, and hence again you can see how important is this pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So let us see the definition. Okay, actually it is an unusual reaction. Actually there are many, okay, not single. Any unusual reaction which is unexpected as well as which is harmful. All such reactions can be adverse drug reaction along with the acute poisoning which are caused by many drugs categories like narcotics, barbiturates, amphetamines, okay, along with all the industrial poisonings which are possibly occurring. So adverse drug reaction is a broad terminology which having the inclusion of many possible effects which can be also side effects. Okay, actually side effects are different than adverse effects. Side effects were known. Okay, they are already studied during the clinical trials. What side effects will occur? Okay, generally may occur with or possible with the drug administration, but these adverse effects are unexpected. They are not known, and they may be due to many possible reasons. So they are needed to be monitored. Okay, and they should be having uh, the preference given about their regular uh, treatment, or how you can avoid these adverse reactions, because what just I told, there are many possible ways by which this occurs in the patient. Okay, so you have to take all the appropriate measures to avoid it all. At least you can reduce the extent of problems which are occurring in the patients. So all these things can be done by having a specific format of a specific form, which pro forma is there for noting down all the problems, all the information regarding the patient, okay, regarding the problems he is facing during the administration of the medicine, even any historical information or the habits he is having. So all such information are necessary to be noted down, and about that pro forma we'll be discussing in our next lecture. Thank you. Take care.